Hello again, and welcome back to On Storytellers Night. I'm Nathan, joined as always by my co-host Josh.
No.
So, how have you been over the Christmas period?
Busy, I'm not gonna lie. A lot busier than I thought I'd be this year. For the Christmas break, I decided to stay at uni most of the time, but still keeping myself active. Like the day I met you in Bath, from then on, I just didn't stop until I got back on the 30th, and I've been here ever since. So I've been quite busy there, here and there, and everywhere. But other than that, yeah, that's all I've been doing. What about yourself?
Cool. Well, it's been interesting time. Busy. Obviously, went up to Bath, met you and your other half, which was quite interesting. So it was quite a good one. Bath was nice. It was a shame that the Christmas market wasn't there.
Yeah.
It closed on the 14th of December, which makes no sense. But the spa was amazing. Really good. Worth it. Not cheap, but it was so good. Like in the bottom floor, they had like this heated pool with like jacuzzi and everything else. And then you go up to the top floor on the roof, and they've got another heated pool and all lights and the jacuzzi part. Then you can just chill there when you step out the water. It's like ice cold because it's like in the middle of the night. It was just brilliant. And then another floor has like all the saunas and the steam rooms and just rooms you can just relax in. It was just like we spent ages there. It was absolutely brilliant. We went to a pub as well, and while we were waiting, so we had a little bit of time, and I tried Hawkstone beer, Jeremy Clarkson's one.
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet.
Generic beer.
Okay, there we go.
But it did come in a nice like glass stein with Hawkstone written on the side, which I may have stolen and gave to Jack. So that was quite good. Other than that, been busy traveling around. Obviously, it was my birthday, and spent time with Kat and the family and like her kids, and had Jack over as well. So we did that. Then it was my birthday, so we did stuff for my parents. And then in the evening, everybody came around to my parents' house. So Kat, her two, and Jack and my parents, so all of us there for Chinese takeaway. Then it was Christmas Eve, so did Christmas dinner and presents. Took Jack back to his mum's, then went back to Kat's and spent the evening there. Then we had Christmas Day. Then on the 27th, my brother came to visit. So we all went out for a meal, but he did bring me a nice gift.
Okay.
I say gift. He gave me a 3D printer because he upgraded his, so gave me a 3D printer. So it's like, okay, I'll have that. I don't mind having a 3D printer. So yeah, so I've been having fun like printing stuff off like
oh man, yeah.
Watch. I've done like all sorts of stuff. So the one I've got is a really old 3D printer. It's the Creality Ender 3. And it's a very basic one. It is just like a frame. It doesn't have any box or anything like that. It's just a frame, but you can customize it and print new parts for it and things like that. So all the different knobs and the covers, you can just print your own ones and different colors and different stuff like that. On one of them, there's this little knob to fit on it, but it's like a D shape inside, so it'll actually turn, but it's worn away, so it wasn't turning. So I printed off a new one. I should probably show you later. And I've got Yoda on top of it. So it's a little knob with a little Yoda on top of it that spins around. It's just like, oh, it is absolutely epic. I'm loving it. So
see, for me, when we first met, I went straight back to uni and finished wrapping up the presents, and then my dad turned up in Bath for the work stew. So it's like, all right, I haven't even been in uni for 40 minutes and I'm heading straight back out. I had Christmas at Ellie's. I had Boxing Day at my dad's, and my stepmom spent half a day with each. And New Year's, me and Ellie were here at uni, and Lord behold, broken boiler. So I have been in uni since the 30th of December with no boiler, no hot water, no heating. Oh, mate. But I've survived. The polar, I have survived. Nah, just 4, maybe 5 entire pours of a kettle should be enough for washing up. But
yeah, nice.
Yeah,
that's fun. Yeah,
but
interesting.
yeah, security team's been kind. They've given me a nice little heater, and they've opened up the other flats while everyone's away because they've got the statistics and results of people saying they're going to stay here or they're going to go away. Both neighbouring flats are gone until the 9th. So,
Oh, not bad then.
yeah, for the entirety of me being back at uni since the 30th, I've had 2 lots of showers for me to be able to go to. So, happy days there.
Just moved. Yeah. Cool. I have started a new channel as well, which I did mention before.
I'm going to as well. I'm waiting for the end to mention it, but you go first. You go first.
So as we're talking about React channels, because I listen to a lot of different music and that sort of thing, and it's quite interesting seeing like opera singers and that sort of thing reacting to rock music. So obviously it's the music that we listen to. It's interesting to see other perspectives. So I thought I should have a go and try music that I'm not familiar with. So I've started with country music.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been reacting to that. So I've done 3 episodes so far. Got about 300 views and about 50 subscribers. So that's not bad for 3 weeks. So it's like, oh, that's working quite well. So I'll continue that. I've been having some nice chats with some people on the comments as well. And it's like totally different to like the gaming channel when nobody ever talks about anything and it's just quiet. We're actually getting people like recommendations and talking a little bit about country music and all that stuff. And we'll be doing like rap and other things as well, but I'm starting with country. So yeah, it's quite interesting. It's a bit of an eye opener. So it's very nostalgic as well. The next video that's coming out, I've done one about 80s country that I remember, but it's mainly TV shows. You know, Dukes of Hazzard, Fall Guy, or Smokey and the Bandit, and it's those tracks are all country. So those are kind of what I imagine country to be. So it's like, you know, trying to change the stereotypes and all in my mind. So yeah, it's an interesting little journey. So what's your one?
I haven't made it yet. I've got 2 that I want to get up and running. Obviously, we've got the Welsh Assassin, which is my generic YouTube stuff, the gaming. But I want to do the Welsh Assassin streams, so all of my streaming from Twitch goes to that channel instead of my normal channel, and then reacts.
The React channel, is it a specific React or is it just React to anything?
So I want to go down 2 directions with this React channel. I want to start it off slow by doing 1 episode a week and then move into 2, move into 3, move into 4, so on and so forth. But one direction is to react to games. Watch people play games that I've already played on my channel and see and dissect it on how I would do things differently and how they help me understand I can do this a lot better. I'm going to try this. And then the other side is music or films. Just either listen to music or watch films and turn them into shorts. Why not? But they're the 2 directions that I'm looking at.
The thing that I will say that I've learned is copyright.
Yes.
Oh my God. So one of my videos, as soon as I uploaded it, even before releasing it, was copyright and blocked everywhere. Straight away. By the company that owns the music.
Okay, fair enough.
Some of them are partial copyright and they allow you to use it and they may take any revenue that you have for it. I've got other ones that are partially blocked in certain areas. So it is very fraught with copyright all over the place. So it's something you just have to be aware of, that you will get copyright flagged all over the bloody place.
Again, yeah, I don't mind that because I mentioned about 4 weeks ago that I did some WWE stuff. Yeah, here we go. So what a 128 WWE theme song tournament, and they're partially blocked, and they are.
Well, some of the podcasts has been as well because of WWE, because of you and WWE.
But yeah, what is it?
It's just to be aware of that's something that will crop up all the time. The one that was blocked, I did dispute it, and it's been released again. But that might only be released because they get 48 hours to respond. If they don't respond, they release it.
Yeah.
But then at any time, it could be blocked again. So I don't know. That would be quite an interesting one. Is doing a reaction to WWE entrance music in different decades. So do the 70s, do the
Yeah,
80s, do the 90s,
80s and
and see how it's
60s.
changed with music styles and the style of the wrestlers and the characters. That would be probably quite an interesting subject to see how it's kind of grown, and is it becoming more generic and it's just like this kind of rock music now, or is it this kind of theme to it, this
Yeah.
kind of sound, or is it different? Because you look at older ones, they didn't necessarily have just rock music, but now it seems to be mainly rock music, isn't it? From what I think of off the top of my head.
It's rock. There's been a lot of pop recently and a
Hmm.
lot of score. So like music that don't have lyrics.
Hmm.
That's that's what I'd say.
So you look at stuff in the past, you look at things like Mr. Perfect's music,
Yes. Okay.
and things like that, where it's written specifically for the person. Whereas they tend to have tracks by bigger artists, not necessarily written for them as much, do they?
Mm.
So much they have. That sometimes does happen, obviously. There's been some like massive bands that have done tracks for people, but I don't know if they're just choosing tracks they like, or I don't know. It seems to be not as personalized as it used to be, I don't think. In many ways, it tends to be bigger and more popular ones, but we digress. We digress, right.
Yes. Anyway,
We should get back to what we're going to talk about because we're just reminiscing and catching up since we haven't spoken like at all over Christmas since we really saw each other. Oh, that's everything I'll say. I've been playing too much GTA.
why?
I've been on it every day since Christmas. Since I came back on Boxing Day, I've been on there every day.
I haven't been on since Christmas break.
Well, we all had about 12 million left.
Yeah.
I keep dipping under a million and gaining more money again. I have completed the bunker. There is no more research to be done in the bunker at all. I finished it and bought everything. Yeah, as I said, I've bought pretty much everything left to buy in GTA. I've almost got everything from Warstock. I own every weapon. When I say stuff from Warstock, I mean like I've got the anti-aircraft trailer and shit like that. Actually, the amount of stuff I got is just like, why? And I just keep spending the money and then making the money and then spending it again.
See, I've lost interest in GTA. We've played it too much and there's nothing to do no more for me. So.
Oh, there's all of that stuff to do. Oh, you have to just go on there and try. Like, I've got the half track. I've got the Chernbog, the massive, like missile truck. Yeah, I've got it all. You just have to go and play with some of that. I even bought the jetpack. I got two of them.
Wow.
I got one weaponized one and one normal one because it fits in the Avenger. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Anyway, right. So back to the topic today. So today's topic, simple one, but maybe controversial in some ways as well. So has digital killed entertainment? There are many ways to take that. So I mean, digital as in everything being saved on the cloud, digital music as opposed to buying LPs, and movies. You don't own movies anymore. You own them on the cloud. You don't have VHS. You don't have DVDs.
We can even go as simpler to say, pretty niche way of putting it. Your children will rather sit inside, watch TV, or play games than go outside and play.
Books.
But yeah, read a book.
Now. Although I prefer to read ebooks. I like collecting books. I don't enjoy reading books in the way I used to.
Yeah, I really love reading books when I get into the book. But overall, I'd say digital is ruining entertainment, just basic pure bread entertainment as well.
There's quite a few sort of offshoots to this as well. Is you look at the movie industry. Everything is now online, and all they care about is numbers they get streaming and all that sort of thing. So I think the film industry is suffering big time from the digital world. Not only things like look at CGI, they just hash things together and go, that'll do, instead of actually doing proper visual effects and so on. But you look at what's happened now because of streaming services and so on, we don't really have movie stars anymore. there aren't, apart from some of the obvious ones. Keanu Reeves is still a movie star.
Robert Downey Jr. is still a movie star.
No.
Really?
I don't see it, and I'll explain why in a sec. Tom Cruise, movie star. If you
Yes.
see Tom Cruise's name on something, you go, I'm going to watch that. If you see Keanu Reeves, I'm going to watch that. See Rob Downey Jr., he's not always the main person in it. So he's sometimes Oppenheimer, he was only a little part in it. I wouldn't call him a movie star in the same way. He's a character actor. There's good things like you see him in a Marvel movie, so you're going to go and watch it.
Samuel L. Jackson's a good one. And Harrison Ford, they're both number 1 and 2 for highest grossing there.
But how many do they do these days?
They don't
Not a lot.
do much, no.
What's the last Harrison Ford movie?
Captain America Brave New World.
Did people see it because of Harrison Ford? Or did they see it because it was a Marvel movie?
They saw it because it was a Marvel
It's
movie.
a Marvel movie. That's the difference. We don't get it. You look at years ago, and
people would go just for him and not because of Indiana Jones.
Chris Evans, is he a movie star? No, he's Captain America. If he's not Captain America, you're not going to watch it. Yeah, it's the way it's kind of going, which is a shame because we've lost them. And I think it's all because of one person to blame. One person is to blame for this trend.
Is it Jared Leto?
No. He's just crap. No, he's not done it because he thinks he's good and he just does parts. No, there's one person that pushed trying to be a movie star and killed several different things at once by trying to be a movie star, and he's clearly not, and he's quite shit.
The Rock.
Yes, because that's what he did. He tried to be a movie star. Anything I'm in is going to be box office gold, and everyone has to love me, and I can't be beaten up in movies. And he took it to the extreme. It let it get to his head that I'm a movie star. Everything I do is great. No, it's not, mate. Shit. You're not entertaining. You raise your eyebrow occasionally and think that's acting. Everything he's done is bombed. Let's be honest. What was the last good film he did?
Jumanji.
Yeah. And it wasn't because of him. Jack Black was amazing in that.
Jack Black and Kevin Hart were brilliant.
Jack Black, because he was played a woman being a man, and it was just so like nuanced and brilliant. And yeah, it was brilliant. But The Rock was just The Rock.
In every film, he wears the same coloured shirt, just different shape and size.
Yeah. But it's because of him, because he pushed Hollywood to that stage where they go, no, we're not doing this. Franchises.
Perfect example there is The Rock, because he's tried bending DC's arm. Yeah. He tried bending James Gunn's arm at the very beginning of James Gunn's reign in DC, and he felt, no. But that's a perfect example. It's like he tried persuading a company that whatever The Rock said.
He tried to be Tom Cruise. He thought he was the next Tom Cruise. Let's be honest. He ain't no Tom Cruise. No,
there will never be another Tom Cruise. He's one that can never be replaced. No. I remember when Tom Cruise came out in San Diego Comic-Con, because I was watching it live, and he showed the Maverick trailer for the first time, and the entire presence, he was just getting chanted, Tom Cruise, Tom Cruise, Tom Cruise.
Because he is that good. He knows what to do. Can you think of a really bad stinker of a movie Tom Cruise has done?
The Mummy.
Yeah. Good point. And you know what? I haven't even watched that all the way through.
Neither.
I watched some of it and was like, no, this is stupid. But
the furthest I got with him running out of the building,
always running. But it's like, look at things as well. Video games are suffering from this, I think, big time, because it's all just push it out quick as you can, pile of crap.
Yeah, it's
Destiny. There's so many like that, and it is
Cyberpunk.
It is, isn't it?
Cyberpunk kind of survived.
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
They had all the promises in the world, and now they've surpassed every promise they ever made, and they're still not charging any more money for it. Like, how are these people still doing this work? And they've got a new game on the way. It's just like, how? How can these companies do it? And then you get other companies that just churn out shit all the time, and it's all about getting it out quickly and getting the microtransactions. Bungie and EA.
EA.
It's just man, oh,
I
why?
it's like I don't mind some, let's say EA games. I don't mind some of them because some of them are fun. I'm a lad,
Mm,
just as much you are, but I'm a lad that likes sports a lot, and I play a lot of FIFA or FC
mm,
now. But I don't play it online to do the microtransactions. I
yeah.
play manager mode or a player mode. It's
Mm.
the same for F1 because I've got the new F1 game. I don't go online. I never go online. I just make my own F1 team and I go racing.
Well, this is the trouble with some games. Well, they force you to go online, namely Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to go
Why?
online.
Why on the single player story do you have to be online? You can't play it unless you're online.
Yeah, that's wrong in my opinion
Do you
because
know why it's like that? Because they didn't make a single player campaign. It's a multiplayer campaign. You can play it single player, but it doesn't work because they keep talking to people that aren't there.
mm,
And you have to do things, collect this from there and collect one over there. So you have to go and do it all because it's made to have other people there. But that's not what Call of Duty is about.
no, I don't mind games that tamper with um, the co-op aspect.
Hmm.
Resident Evil 5 is a great example. You had two players,
Hmm.
and you would keep doing this. Chris would go one direction, Shiva would go another,
Which is
and
fine,
they
yeah.
will come back because you're
There's
helping each
reason
other
for it. Yeah.
progress. Yeah, you're helping each other
Mm.
progress. But when you have Call of Duty, as of recent, going more of you can't go anywhere without this person, even if you tried. This thing called co-op multiplayer campaign is
Yeah.
a
Which I
bad
do
thing.
like multiplayer campaigns.
Yeah, I do, but
when
it
they're
needs to be work. It needs to work, and it needs to be fleshed out properly.
yeah. But the
Otherwise,
number
you'll
of
get
times
a bad
you're
game.
playing the campaign and you have to do two things at once, which you can't possibly do because you're there by yourself. And the voiceovers are talking about the other person helping. It's like, there's nobody helping me. I'm flying this plane. I haven't got a wingman shooting bad guys for me. It's just me.
Mm.
Stop telling me to like shoot them. I can't. I'm doing something else. And that happens throughout the whole thing. And every boss, you usually have to do two things to start a damage phase. Like starting damage phases in Call of Duty, for God's sake. What's that about?
Oh,
You've got a
God.
gun, you shoot things. Why do you have damage phases you have to unlock?
I I
Oh.
just want to go back to past the current Call of Duties, like the Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Call of Duty Ghost, Call of Duty 3,
What I
Warzone,
loved about
not
Black
Warzone.
Ops is that it was set in a real time in the past.
Mm,
And the music was there, the scenes, and you'd have the actual presence, you'd have Nixon and all that, the voiceovers, and it was immersive because it's stuff that happened and you're kind of part of it. The new one is based in the future. None of the characters are believable. You've got this bad guy that makes no sense, and it doesn't make any sense whatsoever because it's taken out of time and they shouldn't be doing futuristic. Call of Duty is not Halo. Call
no.
of Duty is not Destiny. Call of Duty is realism. It's like when they introduced the exosuits and all that nonsense. I mean, throw that in the bin. Call of Duty is
I
running around with a
thought-
gun. That's all it is. It doesn't need to be more than that. And it just boggles my head in.
like it's which I it's one of the reasons why I really like Ghosts. Ghosts is my favorite Call of Duty, hands down. It's grounded. It's futuristic, but yet there's a lot of modern and past. You're a modern soldier with futuristic tech, but it's still, say, like a 10-year advancement from now's technology. It ain't that bad. But when you're running around parading with multiple guns and exosuits and jetpacks and helmets where you don't have to take off to see the face, it just morphs into one. It's like that's not what Call of Duty is. You want a good story, you want realism, you want grounded content, you want people shooting at me, I shoot back, not a giant person hitting me. I can't shoot back.
No. And massive, like 20-foot tall machetes falling from the sky at you. Like, what the shit is that about?
That is a raid, my friend. That is a raid. That is not a Call of Duty.
Exactly. You had to do certain things so that you could damage the boss. It's like, No, I would just want to shoot him in the face. I've got bullets. Why is he immune to it until I do some other stupid thing?
See,
Well,
Call of Duty has never ever had a boss where you have
Yeah.
to do something to be able to
Yeah.
shoot the boss. It's just story
damage phase
beats.
mechanics. Yeah,
Usually it's story beats. You've gone last mission, start, middle, end. That's
exactly.
a campaign, start, middle, end. And if you make a second, like Call of Duty Black Ops 2, led straight from Black Ops 1, story, beginning, middle, end. Done. That's what a story is. And if game companies or film companies if they all just take in consideration that AI is getting to evolve, entertainment's not really there anymore. The love for the game, as some people say, the game's gone. But we need more people that love what the creation is, love the art.
The trouble is, it's all about money. It's like you look at movies, and I know I was saying before about CGI and things like that. It becomes too easy now. You know, somebody can sit at home on their phone and do CGI, and it's just crap. You look at Marvel, what it was like previously to what it is now. Star Wars, for God's sake, I love the original Star Wars. It was gritty. It was, realistic effects. A lot of it because it was done in camera, done with models, and now they just put whatever they want on screen, and it just looks shit. I was watching, is it Corridor Crew, the special effects guys to like
yes, I know Corridor Crew.
I was watching some of that, and some of the stuff you look at is just, why are these people doing this shit special effects? They'll react to something from like the 70s, and it looks so realistic because they did practical effects and it looked true. And then you've got a brand new movie with the lesser known Helmsworth brother in it, and it was just absolute crap. I did try watching it. I watched 2 minutes of the movie and turned it off. It was so crap. But the special effects get even worse, and it's just horrendous. They can't even do muzzle flashes properly. And you just think, what is wrong with these people? They just push these movies out quickly because, digital, that's much easier. Just delete that and add this thing instead of doing it real. I don't get it. Superman's cape doesn't exist anymore. It's all digital. His hair doesn't exist half the time. It's all digital. Like
his lips.
Why?
No, it's. See, I'd say audiobooks are falling onto it as well.
Yeah.
As we spoke about books earlier. Some people just throw the word audio in front of book, and I want to listen to an audiobook. I don't want to read it. How do you think the human race learned how to speak, write,
But then
read?
I can see a need for audiobooks. I've used audiobooks in the past, and some of them are audiobooks, some of them aren't. Like you look at Lord of the Rings audiobooks, they're not audiobooks. It's the BBC radio series, which I love. That's different. But actual audiobooks, I have listened to a whole series audiobook because I didn't want to sit down and dredge through it. So I listened to it walking to work. And I was living in Cardiff and didn't need a car. I used to walk to work. And that was Game of Thrones. And I listened to the entire thing on audiobook. Because those are big, ridiculously sized books. I wasn't that invested in reading them, but I just wanted to since I was watching the TV show. So I listened to them on audio, which worked well. And I can see how that works like podcasts. You listen to it on the way to work, listen to it in the car, listen to it while you're doing the housework. So it means you're not sat there just reading, which I do understand for a lot of people. They can't put the time aside to sit and read, but they still want to experience those stories, which is fine.
And especially for someone like me in my situation, doing creative writing, I've got dyslexia. It's hard for me to read at times. I've got a stutter. It's hard for me to read it out. I prefer reading. Don't get me wrong. I so much prefer reading.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I've read the Gap series. I've read all of the Silmarillion and everything's Tolkien. We know that. And some other stuff. But when it comes to audiobooks, my attention span's not there because I like my music more than an audiobook. I'd rather listen to music than listen to someone whisper in my ear in multiple different accents.
And they have to be really good as well.
Which is why I enjoyed the Andy Serkis, Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit.
Yeah,
I
because it
loved
does
it.
all the different voices and
Mm.
everything else, and that's what makes it entertaining. You have to have somebody that is really good at reading and gets you engaged in it and listening to it. If that's not there, it's just like, oh, it's not going to work, is it?
No.
Most definitely. Along those lines as well, something I was thinking of for like the change to digital is people's memories. So back in the day, you'd have a camera, whether it's an instant camera or film camera, you'd have to then get them developed. You put them in a photo album, and then you can bring the photo albums out and show it to somebody and share it with them.
Mm.
How do we store photos now? On a phone. And you go, look at that. That's not the same impact as a photo
Oh,
album because a photo album, you've specifically curated that list and put those photos in there in a particular order. You might have dated them or put little comments. We don't have that now.
which is what I've been thinking of doing actually
Mm,
for my little brother or Ellie. Get a photo album book with little lines so you can write next to the photo how it made you feel and whatnot. Just one of those simple ones: the
mm,
date, the person, the people who are in the photo, what makes this photo special. And it's
mm.
just one or two photos every page, and that's something that I personally would enjoy because it's
Yeah.
getting you active. It's getting you like, oh, I can't forget my little disposable camera, or I can't forget about my Polaroid. You can't, because if there's stuff like that physically to do, it's more rewarding when it's complete. Uh,
Yeah, definitely.
it's so much more fulfilling when you fill up an entire booklet of photos
Yeah.
instead of filling up your cloud storage.
Mm.
It's so much
Oh,
more rewarding.
100%. The trouble is as well, because I've done a lot of photography in the past. I still do photography when I can, which is something I've always enjoyed about doing vlogging and things like that, because it's video and photography and all that combined. And I've got 7 different cameras. I used to develop my own pictures back in the day and in a dark room and all of that. And I really enjoyed that aspect of it. It's
Mm.
totally different to now. Now you snap 100 pictures and not use any of them. You don't take your time. You don't plan the shot and decide I want to take it. Just like snap, 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 snap,
Yeah.
snap, 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 and it just disappears. Something quite odd along these lines that Cat got from a daughter on Christmas, and it was a digital photo frame, which is quite a nice idea. So it's a way of displaying digital photos, but it's also, which I think is quite good because obviously she's off at university and so on now in Swansea, and something she can do is send pictures to the frame. So you've got a
Okay.
digital photo frame, and you can give the link to people, and they can send pictures to it. I think that is such a good idea. So she's out on a night out or something goes out, take a picture and send it to her mum. And one can be sat there, and it's like next to TV or wherever she puts it,
And it just
and
changes.
it'll change to those photos. So you put it
That is
on
actually
a so
very
you
nice.
make your own, so you create your own slideshow, but people can send you extra pictures, and they'll just appear on there, and you'll see like, oh, that's what they're doing at the moment. And I think for a digital age, that is a brilliant way of doing it. Something we wouldn't been able to do in the past with traditional photos. You take photos and you'd send them to someone or something like that. Now you can do it instantly. That's like really, I really love that idea. That is one of the advantages of digital is you can share it a lot easier. Whereas physical
Oh yeah.
photos you can't,
No.
but digital photo you can share them a lot easier. Look, if we didn't have digital video, we wouldn't be doing this stuff now,
No,
would
we
we?
wouldn't.
So whereas there's lots of bad, there are some good things like that. I think is just that's a phenomenal idea to give that as a gift to somebody and then like send them the odd picture and stuff. So look what I just saw. You don't have to text them; you can send it to their frame. I just love that idea. Something I've got downstairs in the living room is on my smart TV because it's running Google. You can put a Google slideshow on it. So I do that with like family pictures. So if I'm not watching TV for a bit, it goes, "You're not watching TV." It flips to the photo album and it just cycles
Mm,
through all your
yeah.
pictures, like on a big, 55-inch TV in the living room. So it's quite nice being able to do things like that to share them, or like the little, Google Home device I've got. I've got a few of the little screens. You can do that with them as well, and just have like digital photos just swiping through. So it's like a digital photo frame, but it does all the other stuff as well. So that kind of stuff I think is definitely quite interesting. But along the lines of, analog versus digital, what about watches? Do you prefer an analog watch, digital watch, or smartwatch? We have the 3 different types, really, don't we?
I prefer classic. I just prefer the finger.
Oh my god. Oh, I couldn't have said that better. Oh my god. That was I'm gonna have to clip that moment and do
Don't.
a short or something. Oh my god, that was brilliant. But no, I know what you mean, because I've got quite a watch collection and I do love watches. But I love all types of watches. I have a mix of I've got some like Casio G-Shock that have the hands, but it's also got a digital component as well. And obviously I've got, smartwatches
Mm,
and everything else. I've got kind of a mixture, and I've got like nice Seiko Kinetic that'll charge itself and all that sort of thing. So I kind of like a mixture of them for different reasons. And I like having different type of watches. One of the reasons why I like smart rings is that I want all the tracking and stuff, but I don't want to necessarily have to wear my smartwatch all the time. So I found I was
yeah.
only wearing a smartwatch, I was never wearing my other watches, and I like my other watches. So it's one of the advantages of like a smart ring is I can still get all exactly the same tracking, but I don't have to wear the watch. So I can kind of get the best of both worlds and wear a nice smart like dressy watch or something like that, nice metal watch or G-Shock or whatever else, depending what color I'm wearing that day, obviously, because it's me and colors always matter. So it's quite nice having those sort of options.
Yeah.
But I think with analog as well is like being able to collect things. You look at something like a watch like this. They're great. You can change the watch face on it. Obviously, it's not showing much at the moment because down. You can change the watch face to different things, and it'll do all the different stuff for you. You can change all of the straps and have different colors. No, they just clip in and out, which is great. But that's one watch. Is it nicer to have a selection of different watches and different colors and stars rather than one that you can kind of change? Or is it nicer being able to collect different things? It's nicer to be able to collect books, and I've got some books over there, and
You're
DVDs
telling
and
me.
so on, and
That
Blu-rays.
that's something that I want to do this year. Collect VHS tapes, collect DVDs. I don't want
Oh,
Blu-ray.
I
Blu-ray. I just
do
want
have
basic.
I hate to say it, I've got a VHS downstairs that you would want. 100% would want.
I feel like I've probably seen it before. I'm not sure.
Jurassic Park. The original Jurassic Park VHS tape in the fossil box. So the cover for the
Yeah,
VHS is done like a fossil
I
with
know I
the
know
original.
about it. I, I,
Yeah,
I definitely know about it.
yeah, I've got that downstairs. It's one of the few VHS I've still got. I don't know many. I used to have a big collection of VHS because obviously I'm old and that's all we had at the time. I had all the Star Trek box sets, I had the Star Wars box sets, I had all sorts of stuff like that. Loads of them. Yeah, that's possibly one of the only VHS I still have.
Hmm.
A lot of them I just got rid of them. There were so many special editions and big boxes, and just there were ridiculous ones back in the day.
Yeah, no, that's something that I want to do because for me, I can't speak. I've got that on VHS. The
Yeah,
Lord of the Rings animated feature film.
yeah.
I've got that on VHS. I've got the best score to any film as a CD, which is Transformers animated film. I've got that as the original with the original case. The original
I've got the
32
original
piece.
tape,
Yeah, I
the
know.
4
Yeah,
CDs.
see, the CD that I've got, it's on the back of the CD where you've got all the scratchings and whatnot. It's got the Autobot insignia on it, just very
Mm,
faintly on the back of the disc. But
mm.
they're the type of stuff that I want to start collecting this year. Is vintage stuff that you can't usually get, but because
Yeah.
I know people, and I know people that can get it for me, and I just have to pay them.
Mm.
But other than that, it's just a little nice little hobby to get into this year as I'm
Yeah.
falling in love and with films and games and TV shows. And our chats like this, it makes me realize that we're heading into a new era
Yeah.
anytime soon with AI. Ever since I'd
Definitely.
say from the first iPhone to iPhone probably 4, that was one era. iPhone 5 to iPhone 10, that's another era. And then iPhone 10 to the current iPhone, that's a new era. But
AI, it's
with
frightening.
with AI, we're heading into a new era, and it's made me realize that potentially in the next, say, 15 years, 10, 15 years, we might not have any actors or actresses anymore. It could just be, we know about that actress, AI actress.
Yeah, exactly.
It was,
But not only that, but how many people will license their own likeliness to carry on in movies after they pass? People done it with voices. James
yeah,
Earl Jones, he's allowing his voice to be used in future
Ian
projects.
Holm as well. Ian Holmes, when he was coming towards the end of his great life, he let the world know that his face is for use in any film, and that's what happened in Alien Romulus. We got to see
Yeah.
Ian Holm again.
Which was a nice
It was
moment.
it was warming.
It
It was
was good.
warming.
But it does worry you that then people will appear in movies that they wouldn't have done while they were alive because they wouldn't have had any interest in it, or it wasn't,
Jerry
creative
Leto's going to be
direction.
the first one. Let's be honest. Like,
No,
you
nobody
use
wants him in
like
movies though. They're not going to use his likeness because he's crap. He destroys everything he touches. And it's just so worrying that he's in Masters of the Universe because that looks so good apart from him. I'm quite excited for that movie, but he's in it, and it's always just like I haven't seen the new Tron movie. I love the original Tron.
Yeah,
The
Tron
follow-up
1 and
was a
2.
bit crap.
I really liked the first two.
The first movie
warming.
was just the original movie is just one of the best movies of all time. It's so ahead of its time. The special effects, there wasn't any computer generated stuff in that because it didn't have them. You couldn't have computer generated stuff. That was all like hand drawn and in camera effects and tape that reflects, and they had to stick it on everyone's costumes and have the light shining in certain ways for it to all work. Like the original lightsabers, just reflective tape. They're just spinning around so you get the effects on a pole. Like, it's ridiculous when you look at stuff like that, and you look at it now, and it's just it loses something. The more they try and get away from doing practical things, the more it's cost them to do the fake stuff. It's ridiculous. You look at the old lightsabers; they were a light source, so the light would reflect off surfaces. Now they're not real,
No,
so they have to add in all the reflections and all the bleeding of the. Oh, it's just ridiculous.
Mark Hamill recently was on a YouTube video with sadly The Rock and a bunch of other actors.
Yeah,
yeah. So he briefly mentions about lightsabers and how they changed from when he first used them in the original trilogy 4, 5, and 6 to
what they are now. Yeah,
what they are now, and when he was doing what was the crap one? 8.
well, you got 3 to choose from.
I know the worst one where
The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi, that's it. So when he was doing The Last Jedi, he mentions, and this is on the Graham Norton show as well, when he was there with Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, and everyone else, he was there with a lightsaber hilt and a pole. Now it's half a hilt with a little ball at the top and bottom. It's not even a lightsaber anymore. There's no pole, so you're swinging quite lightly, making it look quick, and every hit is so fluid. It wasn't like that for Mark Hamill. It wasn't like that for James Earl Jones or anyone else who touched a lightsaber.
Well, James Earl Jones didn't actually touch
the voice, yeah.
But then you look at the prequels. Hayden Christensen is unbelievably good with a lightsaber. Let's be honest, that guy. They had actual blades. They fought and they made stupid noises when they first used them because they didn't realize that.
Yeah.
And doing all that stuff. But those lightsaber battles were so good. You look at the new ones. What lightsaber battles in the new movies? They were shit.
I mean,
those were so good.
We can, for example, we'll go original trilogy, prequel, and then sequel. In my opinion, the best lightsaber duel in the original trilogy is the last one versus Luke and Vader. That's probably one of the best lightsaber duels of all Star Wars. Let's be honest.
It was fairly simplified compared with later ones.
Yes, Then we go to the prequels. We've got a lot to choose from. We've got Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan versus Darth Maul. We've got Obi-Wan and Anakin on Mustafar.
That for me is possibly
the best one. It is the best one. And then sequels, the best one I could probably think of is when Poe was fighting Kylo Ren.
No, do you know what blows that out of the water?
Finn, not Poe. Sorry.
Yes, I know. I didn't want to correct you, but yeah. Do you know what blows that out of the water completely? Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader in Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was good. And the whole thing when he got his mask down,
and you could hear Hayden, you could hear James Earl Jones.
Well, it was the light as well, because it was like the light passed from like light to dark, and they didn't even plan that. It just so happened. That's how they were moving the lightsaber. It's just like, but again, they had lightsabers that had real lights coming out of them. And that's why that works on
it
that.
Worked,
the light was right.
But when it comes to the films, it's half of lightsaber hilt made out of cheap plastic with a little ball here and a little ball there.
They didn't even have any sets for like a lot of the prequels and stuff. It was just green everywhere. Sit on that box, it's a creature. And they took it too far. But I like with Mandalorian that they've got the fake scenes. So they still build props for in the scene, but the background is all fake and generated. And I like how that works.
I do too. Disney Plus did a talk about
behind the scenes,
behind the scenes on The Mandalorian. And it was the third or fourth season where it got third season introduced, and they talked about it in the fourth season and went back to the third and talked. But it's just one projector, powerful enough to go against a wall. And if they want certain deformations or say a pile of rubble on the floor, they will just map it out and they will just get styrofoam and just cut it to shape and then put the projector back on, and it fits perfectly. That Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, that's what entertainment
that all actually stems from video games.
Yeah,
because it's using like Unreal Engine and stuff like that. But it's amazing the way they can move the camera and move the background so it can track actors and be like a real scene without having to go on location. And that is phenomenal.
That's entertainment because they're having fun doing what they want to do, and that makes the product.
And they've still got the props. They still built the starship, so when people interact with the ship, it's there. They're not just going, "Oh, look, it's something there," kind of in the way. No, they actually build the props because that's what Star Wars should be. That's what effects should be. I don't want it all to be digital. It don't work.
Entertainment between digital and non has been a problem, a bigger problem for I'd say the 21st century. Now, even the 20th, but the 20th century had some good films. But my example of a clearly bad entertainment of a film is, I hate to say it because I actually really like them, but both Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle films.
Oh, the new ones.
The newer ones. They're entertaining because they're fun. But the directors, the higher ups of the company, of the set, they didn't care about the actors, they didn't care about the actresses, they didn't care about what they were doing. They just had a job to do. And
they're not as good as the original movies. The original movies are cheesy and those costumes are frightening. Especially when you can see somebody's mouth inside the turtle's mouth. That scene just like it gives you nightmares. But they went in because they were more like the cartoons, and that's just like. And then the new one, there were aliens or something. It's like it made no sense. It was just I don't know. It was weird.
No.
Reacher himself was one of the turtles as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was Raphael.
He's such a good actor. Have you heard what he's doing now? He's joining Marvel.
No, I haven't.
Venom. He's the MCU's Venom.
When the fuck did this get announced?
A couple of days ago, they've been talking about it for a little bit. And it's like, imagine him as Venom.
I've been
Eddie Brock. That is right, because Eddie Brock was always like a big hulking guy, wasn't he?
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, imagine that, because he wants to be Batman, doesn't he? Let's be honest. But he's now Venom.
What was that film? Reacher. I keep forgetting the actor's goddamn name.
Alan
but
Richardson.
he, Alan Richmond, yeah, he was in a film or TV show. I don't remember, but schoolboy, like a jock, American
Yeah.
football
Blue State
captain and whatnot.
or Blue Mountain,
That's it.
something like that. Yeah.
Blue Mountain State. He can tap into that comedic side
Oh,
sometimes
that
to be Eddie
the
Brock.
The
He
seeing
looks it. He can tap
scenes from
into
that.
it. The comedy.
Speaking of his older movies, have you ever seen one called Laser Team? It was made by Rooster
I've
Teeth.
heard of it.
You know Rooster Teeth, yeah?
Yes.
Well, it was made by them. So you've got Bernie Burns, you've got Gav from the Slow Mo Guys is in it as well. And Alan Richardson is champion of Earth. So basically, these aliens come down and say, we're going to challenge you in like 20 years. We're going to come back and your champion has to defeat our champion or we'll destroy your planet. So they genetically breed this human to be the perfect warrior. Is Alan Richardson. So they've got him as like the perfect specimen of humankind. And he's supposed to get this suit that like enhances him and everything else. But these bunch of losers get the suit in different parts. One of them's got the helmet, one's got an arm, one's got the legs, and all that kind of thing. And they're just complete and utter morons. And as I said, it's Gav from the Slow Mo Guys in it as well. And it's just all the Rooster Teeth lot. And it is such an amazingly funny movie. It's so much fun. The second one was okay, but the first one was brilliant. But yeah, he was in that as well. He's done so many movies and stuff. It's just.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to hold off from social media because I haven't watched the Stranger Things.
No, I
5
haven't yet as well. I've been very careful.
I've been staying away from
Yeah.
WWE dirt sheets because my Netflix is currently down and my stepmom hasn't had the time to sort it out for me because I'm part of her family one. So I need to get that sorted out. But it's like I'm so restricted to what I can currently do.
I'm very careful what I swipe on and swipe away from stuff very quickly. But yeah,
as soon as I see the title of, say, like Stranger Things, whoop,
11, go.
Yep.
It's just. Oh, just I don't know. It just all winds me up. It's the trouble as well with a lot of the Marvel and stuff is they've just gone too far with the CGI. They've gone away from doing costumes and it's just all CGI. Just put some dots on him, and people aren't getting the physiques anymore. You look at the boys, and Homelander, he ain't got that physique. It's all like in the costume, which is like, well, it's not quite the same, is it, as seeing, some big superhero like with the ridiculous muscles or some Captain America and that kind of thing. They've just taken it too far. It's like, well, it's just cheaper. Let's just like paint it in afterwards. What we want. We want to see the real thing, don't we?
While we're talking about Marvel, it's not going off topic. I'm actually staying on topic, surprisingly. I heard that. So the entire the past 2 phases of the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been extremely lackluster.
Oh yeah,
it's been horrible. Taika Waititi in Thor: Love and Thunder, we've seen what he did to Thor. Now look at what the Russo's brothers have done to Thor in that teaser that we got last week. It's different sides of complexion. It's more gritty, a more gritty Thor. That's what we should have had after Endgame. We should have kept
Taika Waititi. I do like him. He's done some great stuff. One of my all-time favorite shows, the first couple of series, it's got a bit of shit now, is What They Do in the Shadows. I love that show. That was always so good. That's one of the ones he created, the original movie. I think he's great, but he should not have been doing Marvel movies. No, it's not about comedy.
The only Thor Ragnarok was a hit. I love Thor Ragnarok.
It was good. It didn't do too much of the comedy. There were moments, but it was still fairly dark in places as well. It had some ridiculously oh my god moments, but it had the dark, gritty stuff as well.
Yeah, because
dealt with a lot.
We went immediately from Thor Ragnarok to Avengers: Infinity War, then Avengers: Endgame, and we got a beaten down Thor. He lost his home, he lost his dad, he lost his brother, he lost his people, and
lost his hammer.
He was a beaten down Thor, and then he gets Stormbreaker. He's still Thor, but he's a very gritty and darker Thor. And then Taika Waititi's like, scratch that, I'm getting Thor Ragnarok back out. and then the Russo brothers understood what made Thor strong and good in Endgame, and they brought that Thor straight back.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that they actually continued from where Taika Waititi left off with Love, the little girl. It's just nice to see that she might have a part to play in Avengers Doomsday. But it's just a case of reading the audience, listening to the audience.
It's what they need to do, because so much of Marvel, the TV shows especially, have been kind of, there's been some okay ones, there's been some awful ones. I still haven't watched Echo all the way through. I just can't.
I haven't finished Echo.
Can't get through it.
The
I
only
keep
one I haven't
trying,
watched.
but I just don't have any interest in it.
The thing is, with these Marvel TV shows, it's the same with Star Wars, but Marvel in particular, Kevin Feige realized it's too much. All of these shows are too much. You shouldn't need to watch Echo to be able to watch the next season of Daredevil. You shouldn't need to watch the next season of Daredevil to watch the next Spider-Man film. You don't need to watch anything to go on to or watch a new film. It should be what Marvel do best. Watch a film to lead into a new film. Not a film, a show, and by the way, a little bit of animation as well, that leads into this one film. We want film to film to film, not show to one film. That's reading the audience. That's entertainment. That's what makes the audience have entertainment when watching a film. If they get listened to.
Yeah, exactly. There's just so much going on. It's just, you think, why? And it just goes on and on. It's just all about people making money, which is why they're going towards digital all the time, because they think that's a cheaper way to do it. We don't need half the people to do it. We don't need all of this. And it's happening now with AI. They're laying off hundreds of staff everywhere. And going, oh, we can do that with AI. You can't, though. It's not the same.
Nope.
You can't make games using AI. It'll be crap. And they're just doing it too much. They're leaning too much into, this will be easier. This will be easier. This will be easier. It was like, no, it's just, no, don't do it. Oh, it frustrates me that there's so many big companies buying up everything they can just to make extra money instead of having a love for it. Look at The Witcher. The people in charge of that don't even like the books.
Nope. And just like we've used these two as an example so many times.
Rings of Power.
Rings of Power and The Witcher. We were promised first season we're going to stay true to the original source. Immediately, no. The Witcher.
Halo as well.
Halo.
And Resident Evil. Any of them. They're just making it for the sake of making it to cash in on some money. And what's the only one that seems to be shying away from that? Street Fighter. They're potentially following something that's right, but we don't know because we don't have the story as yet.
Well, with what Dan Hibiki has said, Andrew Schultz, he did say during the premiere of the trailer, well, after that, they're not after money. Mortal Kombat's after the money, and which is very naughty. I will say, especially on a live broadcast. That's very.
The thing is, the Mortal Kombat movies, the new ones, wasn't bad.
The first one was okay. I'm looking forward for the second, though.
Yeah.
Second and third is going to be great.
Then I like the original Mortal Kombat movie. The second one, not so much. But the first one was still classic. And the music is classic. And, it was good for what it was in the day. It was much better than the old Street Fighter movie. That's for damn sure.
Oh, God, yeah. The thing is with the Street Fighter movie, if what Andrew Schultz has said is true, they're not after the money. I want to see fight. I just want to see them fight. I want to see a little bit of story at the beginning to get us drawn in. But immediately, once they get to the fight room, just have fun.
My question is, whose story are they following? You can't follow every character's story.
They've already announced. It's going to be Ryu, Cammy, and Chun-Li, and there's another one or two in between, which I think could be Blanca or could
It
be
won't be.
Blanca.
It's
And
going to be Blanca because there's Jason Momoa in it, so it's going to be following him. because
yeah,
he's a big name.
and one that's been thrown up in the air so goddamn much recently is both Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, because those two were paid a lot, because WWE fans know Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes got paid the big buck to be a part of the movie.
Yeah,
because they're tight scheduled. They've got fan signings to go to. They've got their own WWE shows to go to and other WWE events. And if they're being paid a big buck to skip some of those events, they clearly must have a big part to play.
Well, you look at the cast, and a lot of them aren't huge names. They're possibly the bigger names, and Jason Momoa.
Yeah, they're the biggest names there. Yeah,
all the other ones you know from things, but they're not like leading actors and big Hollywood names.
I mean, are they, really? The girl the actress that's playing Julia, she's only been in one film and 3 shows, and she's a multi-time Taekwondo women's champion.
That's what we want. We want people that can actually fight to do it. We don't want another bloody Iron Fist.
No.
Although apparently he might be back.
It's the worst Netflix show.
It was just awful because the guy could not fight to save his life at all. He's not even close to an life. No. You look at Daredevil, and the fights in that were incredible. And yet the one about the actual martial artist, you couldn't get a martial artist, could they? Like, what was that about? They couldn't even get an actor. That guy cannot act anyway. He couldn't act in Game of Thrones, and he wasn't in it for long. I don't know why they chose. I do not understand. That whole series was shockingly bad. So bad.
But yeah, it's all. See, entertainment falls under the umbrella of, if the creators of this entertainment pay attention to what the fans want, needs and wants. It's a thing. Everywhere has a need and a want.
Well, the thing is, if you're going to see a movie based on a franchise you love, you're going to see the stories that you love in a new way.
Yeah.
You're not going to see those characters doing something completely out of place. And I wish Hollywood would understand this. We don't go see Resident Evil to see Jill Valentine just wander around some aimless place.
Yeah.
It's not about the character. It's about the franchise and the stories that we love. We want to see the same ones. If it's Lord of the Rings, we want to see Frodo carry the ring to Mordor and all the other things that happen. We don't want something else to happen that we've not seen and we've never heard of, because it's not what we came there for. We don't come here to see a new story. We don't come here to see some made-up prequel. We came here to see the stories we know. We don't necessarily care what happened before. I don't care where Gandalf came from. I don't care where Sauron came from. They're there. Jedi, I don't care.
Yeah, we don't care who the first Jedi was.
I don't care what midichlorian is.
No.
I don't care if I'd never heard the word midichlorian before. It didn't change my enjoyment of Star Wars. Not one bit. So why do we need to know where they come from? Oh, we're going to do a prequel and find out where the whales came from.
I don't care.
Don't care. No. There are space wizards. That's good enough for me.
Space wizards, space cowboys, and space battles. Hell yeah. That's the time I want.
But they're all addicted. All of these companies, they think, oh, how can we eke more out? Oh, Dexter was really good. Let's make a prequel about when he was younger. I don't care. I want to watch Dexter. The actual guy. I want to see him doing shit. I don't want to see some young version of himself. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Which is why Young Sheldon was a shock, because it worked somehow.
I didn't watch it. I just couldn't get into it.
I haven't watched a single episode. I just know it's very good.
From what I know of it, they also changed a whole load of stuff as well.
Yes.
They retcon things.
Yes.
As they always do. That's what I hate most about prequels, is they retcon things. Like, oh, we want to change what happened, so let's just do this and explain it. Like, no, just leave it alone. It's been written like that for a reason, so leave it bloody alone, and they never do. Rant over.
Anyhow, mate, it's getting on now.
We should finish this, shouldn't we? We've meandered around, but yeah, it's a digital world we're heading towards in every way, and if Elon Musk had his way, nobody would do any jobs and everyone would sit at home and AI and robots would do it all. Bullshit. It's never going to happen. You're not going to get robots cleaning toilets and emptying bins and cooking food. That ain't going to happen at any time soon.
I do not want to see it either, because I prefer human error. I do not want Terminator 2. No thanks.
Yeah.
No Terminator 2 today. No.
No. Definitely not. Definitely not. Anyway, if people want to find you on the internet, where can they find you?
You can find me on YouTube at The Welsh Assassin, and on Twitch, The Welsh Assassin 998.
And you can find me on YouTube under Wasn't My Fault, Twitch under Nukami, and also on YouTube, WMF React, because that's my new channel as well. So I've got to plug it there. So anyway, thanks all for joining us, and join us again soon. Till then, bye-bye.
And Happy New Year.